Despite their popularity, arcade-style racers have been mostly absent from this generation. Now the PC favorite Trackmania has come to consoles in the form of Trackmania Turbo. So, is it worth it? Let's find out. The simplicity of an arcade racer. Hold down the gas button, mind the curve, and cross the finish line. There's something undeniably charming about an accessible driving game, and Trackmania Turbo's gameplay is deliberately straightforward, substituting complexity with a near endless amount of racetracks. Players are tasked with completing courses within time limits to earn bronze, silver, and gold medals, which are used to unlock more tracks and visual options for vehicles. Accompanying ghost cars represent the time requirements of each achievement, but also help educate the player on the importance of techniques such as drifting. And that's really about it. Trackmania Turbo doesn't have complicated controls. There's a gas button, there's a brake button, you can steer, have fun. Instead, the variety comes from the texture of the road. From the reliable asphalt to the unwieldy grass, gravity-defying magnetic roads, and turbo strips that jettison vehicles forward, each require a unique approach to avoid collisions and maintain momentum. Trackmania is at its best when it foregoes realism for risky challenges, such as temporary engine locks in between checkpoints, loops, and driving sideways. Perfecting runs takes patience and course memorization. Trackmania alleviates this process with its respawn option, allowing players to start over with the tap of a button. Considering it can take several tries to achieve gold, this feature is a godsend. This core gameplay is carried over into a rather original multiplayer mode. Dozens of racers are given unlimited opportunities to achieve high scores within a timed session. It's delightfully overwhelming to watch a handful of ghost opponents vying for the best score. Trackmania certainly lives up to its name with over 200 courses, and even a robust create-a-track mode. Players can create their own races from scratch or have a track randomly built, all of which can be shared online. Though never as thoughtfully crafted as the main campaign, these randomly created courses do come surprisingly close. Aesthetically, Trackmania is as inviting as its gameplay, with optimistic blue skies and colorful plants and props. Attention-grabbing billboards often display useful tips that always remain legible amidst the chaos, thanks to the game's steady 60 frames per second frame rate. And with over 40 bass-heavy electronic songs, the soundtrack is consistently catchy. So, is it worth it? No. Trackmania doesn't necessarily do anything wrong, but its narrow focus doesn't quite match the game's adventurous spirit. Sure, there are hundreds of tracks to race, but considering the majority of these can be completed in less than a minute, a sense of disposability gradually sets in. Both the single and multiplayer modes are nearly identical, as are the challenge tracks, though admittedly I was unable to test out the double driver mode. Trackmania Turbo unveils its most outrageous obstacles so early on that it quickly becomes difficult to distinguish its high points. Trackmania Turbo is currently available on the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC for $40. If you've had a chance to play it, let me know what you thought, and if you haven't, let me know if you plan on picking it up. My name is Colin Tanner, and I'll see you in the next video.